Greetings and welcome, my friends. This is the Terminator, the Azorius Synthesizer deck featuring some of our usual tricks, as well as a powerful card sitting at our top end. The plan is simple: use card draw and our artifact mana to ramp and turn out robot overlords with our factory outlet. Prices this low have never been seen before. Then smash in for hits and big damages. Getting a Ugin in play will let us take care of any blockers, since we did focus more on colorless artifacts, and we can snipe opposing permanents with him in play. An ultimate will let us clear the opponent's board and generate massive robot overlords. All hail our AI masters. All hail me. Let's get in there. We're playing the full set of Jeskai Monument, a 2-mana artifact that we'll use to fetch out a land. It's our protection from being stuck with a shuffler special for too long. It's been working fine, but the Fountain Port Bell might be a better fit here since the bell can replace itself in cases when we don't need more lands. Caretaker's talent is a powerful tool in a synthesizer deck, as it can draw us into more ammo. The draw plus the cheap copy are what we're after. It's unlikely we'll need the pump effect from level 3, since our robot overlords are usually rather big. The synthesizer is our key card. The factory outlet is always ready to turn out robot overlords at ridiculously low prices. So low we can send multiples in every shipment. Let's send it. The Helm is a great companion artifact to a synthesizer, as it will boost robot overlord stats with its map token generating ability. We don't have a way to make token synthesizers this time around, but the Helm is still so good, we're playing a pair of copies. Even if all we do is make robot overlord copies, it goes a long way towards taking down opponents. Patchwork Banner is a mana artifact that will help us get to our pricier cards. We play it a lot in synthesizer decks thanks to its pumping ability, and it generates a robot overlord with a factory outlet in play. It does color fix as well, in case we need a specific color. The Spider is a solid card for any synthesizer list. It is a solid creature, and it's 2 artifacts for the price of 1. The Power Stone token it generates is incredibly useful to help power out more artifacts. Its activated ability costs 7 mana, but can help us find one of our factories or an artifact to help trigger an active synthesizer. Karn the Living Legacy will turn out Power Stone tokens to help fuel our artifacts, as well as help with mana for his -1 ability, which lets us search out cards from the top of our deck. It's an amazing ability that can help us find more ammo. His ultimate will give us an emblem that lets us tap artifacts for a point of damage to any target. Sunfall is the ultimate board clear. When we've been outmanned, we can clear out all men on board regardless of any of their abilities. With a talent in play, we'll even draw a card. It kind of sounds unfair, doesn't it? Steel Seraph is our weapon against creature-based decks that are trying to not fight fair. We can play it out for its prototype cost and trigger our factory outlet into producing robot overlords at discount prices. Then the Angel can give one of our AI life link to help recover life we've lost to the opponent's men. Flying and Vigilance are also available if those are better options than gaining life. Ugin the Eye of the Storm sits at the top of our pile. He exiles a colored permanent when we play him out, and continues to exile permanents as we play out colorless spells. The goal is to get him up to the point where we can fire off his ultimate and bring down the rest of our colorless cards in 1 turn and make gigantic robot overlords that we can send in after we've taken out the opponent's blockers. Hilariously, he can even search himself out with his ultimate and play him again for free. For lands, we're playing for Meticulous Archive, the Azorius Surveil land. For Floodfarm Verge, the plains that becomes a duel when we have a plains or island in play. 7 islands. And 9 plains. Playing the deck is only slightly complicated. There are decision points depending on what the opponent is playing. There are times you will want to bait out counter spells, or test if the opponent is playing artifact destruction. When it's clear the opponent is on a rather simple plan, the games get much easier. An early synthesizer is the goal. A turn 3 factory outlet can quickly turn out robot overlords with further artifact plays over the following turns. When deciding between a spider or a banner, always go with the spider first, as the Power Stone token can help double spell the next turn after playing out the banner. The Helm plays a lesser role this time out, but getting one in play can still help our robot overlords get swole. If the opponent is playing out men in numbers, a Sunfall can even out the board and leave us with a sizable token. A Seraph on board can give us life gain in games we need to race, and with big robot overlords, this is often to our advantage. In tight games, an Ugin can tilt the board in our favor, The exile ability combined with plenty of colorless cards is a great way to cripple the opponent. An ultimate is almost certain GG's extra cheese. We'll smell you later, bro. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Shadow Fire. He's a Giga Shad, don't let your GF near him. Or your mom. We kick things off with an all-white shuffler special. We've got no blue, so this isn't going to work. Mull. Then we get an all-blue shuffler special and all-white cards. This isn't going to work either. Mull. Then we get a shuffler special with at least one of each basic. Going down to 5 is not how I like to start a game, but at least this hand gives us a little bit of a chance. Keep. We'll ship a banner and the helm. The rest play well together. Right away we draw a monument. That'll get us up to 3 lands, and we'll be able to play out the rest of the cards in our hand. Giga Shad's first play of the game is a green overlord. He wants his manas, and he wants them now. Don't be a manas to society, bro. Land number 4 here is perfectly fine. That'll be 5 mana total. Let's land this factory outlet. We can start slashing prices in a matter of turns. Raise your hand if you want a robot overlord. On top we have a plains and a sunfall. The opponent is playing colors favorable for having plenty of men, so we'll keep the wipe, but the land can go on down. Shad is trying to figure out what to do with his manas. Make men, not war. They play out a white overlord for its impending cost. They do have access to black, so is this an overlord party then? In preparation for the sunfall we're about to fire off in the near future. We'll play out the talent. Any extra cards we draw from it will go a long way to making up for having to go down to 5 cards for our starting hand. They even have an Elspeth. It's not the token duplicator, but it'll still add to their board. In preparation for the sunfall, we'll play out the banner. We'll get our first robot overlord and our first extra card. We draw another banner and we'll play it out as well. Suddenly it looks like we might not need to fire off the board wipe. We can even level up our talent and get a 3rd robot overlord. You can't throw an overlord party without inviting our robot overlords. We've got more overlords than they do. Elspeth pumps one of their flying tokens, and they send both on in. This shipment is tainted. I don't want to receive it, but we've got no choice. I bet there's a board wipe coming. We draw a Steel Seraph, and that will be our play. The best quality robot overlords at the cheapest available prices. That's how we roll. One-for-one removals. How cute. They use Elspeth to pump their green overlord, then send it on in. We'll block up. Our next turn will see us bring the sun on down upon the battlefield. Besides, we don't really want to take 8 damages. And their white overlord is losing its final counter, so we'll clear all that up easily. We draw a land which lets us play out the second talent before we cook their men. We started the game with a 2-card disadvantage, but now we have a 2-card advantage. All they can do is make a token. That's too bad for them. We'll start off by taking our talent up to level 3, then we can flip our pancake. Then we'll level up the second talent and make another token. We draw an Ugin, and that is going to help flip this game around. We know they can't afford to lose Elspeth, so we'll send it at her. They pay full price for a green overlord. As long as they don't get a pile of men in play this turn, we should be able to smash their board. It's our turn, and now we'll go ahead and start clearing out stuff. Behold the power of cheese. Get some.
Heed my collaboration. You fools have sowed discord. Energy for your effort.
Another reason we liked Karn in the deck, just making Power Stones triggers the talents. Free card draw and ramp all at once.
Power Stone fuels our cause.
We were going to knock off Elspeth during combat, but we drew an artifact that we can play out and solve that problem for good. Enjoy your zero board, bro.
More can be done.
They poop it and scoop it. GG's, smell you later, bro. This is Pop Weasel. No wait, it's Pop We Saw. I liked Pop Weasel better. We get a 3-lander without a factory outlet, but we do have enough to fire off the Sunfall if we need it. Keep your pants on. Our Surveil land shows us a synthesizer. That's the only thing that was missing. The monument will get us an island, and we'll be set mana-wise. All we need is time and opportunity. They play out an authority which will make blocking difficult. Luckily, they don't have any men. They follow up with a duress, which means our synthesizer is toast. There's always the chance they'll take the Sunfall. In this case, we'll go with the Spider. It's a little bit of ramp, and if we can get the mana, we can use its activated ability to get extra cards off the top of our deck. They play out a Channeler, and it looks like they kept a Shuffler special. You have to be careful with those. Sometimes it's all pain and no gain. We'll play out the monument, and then follow up with the banner. Naming Spider will give us a boosted arachnid that will be hard for them to get through. They oopsie-poopsie and play out a bad removal. I'm not going to say don't play it, but there are better things out there. We draw a talent, and we'll play it out in preparation for the sun falling and scorching the battlefield. We can use it to copy the Power Stone token we have and get a draw. We draw an Ugin, and that's going to be a disaster for them. They play out an ill-timed bat. That's great, bro. Which removal are you taking? Just pick a card. It doesn't matter which one gets taken. Oh yes, when the opponent has a Sunfall in their hand, play out more men. Let's lower the boom. It only hurts a little bit, right, bro? Our surveil land shows us a plains on top, but we've got more than enough mana now. Let's bin it. Their play is a Shelly. Her bags better be packed because she's going on a trip and won't be returning. We send Shelly off to catch her flight. Smell you later.
Grant you preparation. Heals, I see no threat. That insight is vital.
Let's take our talent up to level 3, and we can get in there for damages. It doesn't matter how high their life total is at. When you eat an 8 spot, every turn it's going to go down quickly. Bless their hearts, they're trying. It's another Shelly. We draw a Seraph and we'll play it out. As a bonus, we'll also send Shelly off to another realm. Get gone, girl.
Mine is the power of Eon. Open your mind to possibility.
Let's get in for hits. Thanks to the angel, we can give our token life link, and we'll go up to 19 life. All the cards you shouldn't play, at least not together, brought to you by the opponent. We'll play out the monument and fetch out a land.
Knowledge is a virtue.
They poop it and scoop it. GG's extra cheese. This is Abracadabra. At night he does a magic trick that makes his pants disappear. Get swole, bro. We get a 3-lander with a variety of goodies. We are able to generate a token for the talent and get some draw. Keep your pants on. It's a C-Note Scout, it explores. I'll give you something to explore. They reveal a vermin on top and keep it. Are they hoping to take advantage of the power of little men? We'll play out the monument and get a plains. We're set for mana. Most of our cards are mana. They surveil away a land, then follow up with their vermin. They mill themselves, and that looks like they burnt a couple of lands. This turn has to be a talent turn. With it in play this early, we can gain an advantage with every token we generate. They go up a beanstalk, and clearly they're planning on doing more than just tiny men. We draw a synthesizer, but let's test their artifact removal abilities before we plop down our factory outlet. We draw a second talent, so we'll go ahead and make a copy of our Power Stone token now. We'll be set to drop bombs and smash face on our upcoming turns. The fog has started to lift, and we can see they're likely on that oddball graveyard deck from some months ago. It's time to start slashing prices at the factory outlet. Robot overlords will be coming in hot. On top we have another spider and a sunfall. If things are going right, we'll want the spider, and if they go wrong, we'll want the sunfall. Let's keep both. Let's send it. The less blockers they have, the better it should be for our robot overlords. With every gain, there must be some pain. They make a blockade that our spider can't get through. We'll take down a pair of their team. They can keep a 1/1. One-for-one removals are always fine, regardless of how much they cost. They play out a Marauder, the guy that makes us toss a card when it enters. Luckily, we have an expendable card in hand. We'll go ahead and send their team on their way. Pack your bags, girls. Where you're going, you won't be coming back. Let's try to save the spider for after we drop our Dragon Planeswalker. Wait, are we about to see that freaky thing come out of its hidey hole? A 9/9 sure would be scary, but you know, Ugin. They follow up with a Hulkbuster armor. It's a regular weird men convention going on. Slapping down Ugin here would be a fine choice, but the concern is they might have removals to take him out right away, and we'd lose out pretty badly. Let's land the spider first, and see about setting up some defenses against their beefy men. The talent has to come down, and we can use it to make a copy of our robot overlord. They did have a removal at the ready. That could have hit Ugin square in the face. Luckily, all we lose is a token. Hang on to your pants, boys. Don't be squirting any Hershey's. All the small men kind of make sense now, but what's missing is the Black Overlord. Another Marauder. Luckily, we have a card that volunteers itself to end up in the grave. It's sad, but we'll want as much mana as possible, so we'll toss Karn. Sorry, bro. They send their big boys. It's a rumble they want, and we'll block up. We're going to need some excellent draws to get through this one. Okay, so I was hoping for something other than a land. That's why we kept the first planes. No messing about, Ugin. You're going to have to carry the day, bro. Get in there. We'll send their 9/9 to Fist City. Eat it, bro. Eat it like a pie. Time to draw something other than a land. And we luck out with a spider. This is so easy it hurts.
Focus. Breathe. And my resources are yours.
I think we're drawing 50% lands. I mean, you have to love your manas. They drop another Marauder, and once again we have cards we can afford to toss. That's the fourth Marauder, right? I haven't miscounted. Our plan is simple. We're just going to watch them mill themselves out. This would be the perfect time to draw into another Sunfall. This board is looking juicy for some smash hits. After all that, they've got a whole 7 cards left in their deck. Juicy indeed. They send it and come after what they fear the most. Let's block up.
An undisciplined strike.
Karn is making up for being tossed out earlier. Now we have nothing to play but Robot Planeswalker.
Master of this world. My legacy will be one of peace, not war.
We draw a land. Luckily we can use Karn to draw another pair of cards.
My plan bears fruit. Dominaria's treasures will
Let's see what we get. A 3rd talent and an angel. At least we won't be going down easy even if we can't take out their team. Our Surveil land shows us a Sunfall on top. We came that close to dropping a nuke on their face. Nothing left to do now but get in there with an AI sporting a lifelink shirt. Get in there, bro. They block up with one of their Hulkbuster armors, and they will trade, but we do get to gain a nice 12 points of life. Before we end the turn, let's level up one of our talents. Now all we can do is try to hang on and wait for the Sunfall. They don't attack, they simply explode in their shorts. Never look a gift game in the mouth, also GG's. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.